it's Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by unbeaten super bantamweight, are we saying, Andrew Cain?
Yeah, you can go with that.
Good stuff. Latest fight, obviously, all but one so far in your wins have not gone the distance, rather. Is this going to be another knockout, explosive performance?
I'm just going to go out there and be me, which is all I can do. And I imagine that if I go out and I perform the way I know I can and the way that I'm capable of performing, then I don't imagine it going to 10, no.
Now, originally this Saturday you were supposed to be fighting Liam Davis, of course, in Derby. How disappointed were you, not just that the fight was off, but the big occasion was off at a football stadium?
Yeah, that was Leach meant to be fighting him, weren't he? I think that was last month I was meant to fight him, mate, yeah, in Telford, but
Cut that out.
yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's boxing, shit happens, you know what I mean? But my life, and I've said this before, my life and my career doesn't revolve around one man, you know what I mean? I'm looking to progress and move forward regardless of what is happening behind the scenes, mate.
What do you see as the route for you after this fight, assuming all goes well?
The route for me, I don't know. That's down to Warren and the team, Queensbury Promotions. But I'm ready for whatever, mate. I'm ready for whatever, and I have been since I was a young man. You know what I mean? And all I need to do is focus on the fighting. You know what I mean? The training, get myself right, and fighting. Everything else comes along with it.
You're kind of edging towards that level now where people are talking about fights between you and the likes of Brad Foster, Jason Cunningham. How do you kind of see those going? Do you feel you're at that level ready to challenge for those sort of titles now?
I'm most definitely at that level, mate, yeah. I have been, as I say again, since I was a young teenager. And I've fought the likes of these fellas, before in the amateurs. And I'm most definitely ready for them now. I could be fighting at any of them names you've just mentioned on Friday and be putting a proper job in against any of them, do you know what I mean?
What do you think it is that they've got to where they are and you haven't yet, even though the ability's clearly there? Is it the backing? Is it the opportunities?
No, that's just, they're on their path, I'm on my path, you know what I mean? I don't look at them and think, oh, they're ahead of me. I look at world champions and think, I do you know what I mean? I'll have you. You know?
Which ones?
All of them, to be honest with you, mate. There's not one that I watch and think, oh, I wouldn't want to fight him, because I'm in the wrong game if that's the case, aren't I? You know what I mean? So, most definitely, I look at anyone that I look at and I think I've got the beating of them, you know what I mean? And I believe if you're a fighter and you haven't got that attitude and you don't look at it in that way, you need to go home and do something else, because this is not the right game for you.
Who do you rate as the best of the world champions in your division at the moment?
I don't really know who they all are, mate. I just know that I seen the other day that Paul Butler got put forward as a champion. That was at bantamweight, which I am looking to progress at bantamweight as well, because I was originally going to make bantamweight, and then I had to fight. I've said this on like 4 interviews today now, so sort of going round in circles. But yeah, I don't watch many. I don't watch all of them. Do you know what I mean? If there's a big fight on, I'll watch it. But other than that, mate, I like to go about my family life and my training and keep it separate, sort of. You know what I mean?
Is Paul Butler someone you'd have your eye on?
Most definitely, yeah. But as you've just been saying there about politics and careers and stuff like that, he's a bit ahead of me. He's not ahead of me in ability or capability at all. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd look at someone like that and think, yeah, I've got the beating of them. Do you know what I mean? But is that fight going to get made next? The likelihood of it, probably not. Do you know what I mean? But I'm ready for all of them, mate, and I'm ready for them now. You know what I mean? Is the answer to your question.
How interested are you, if at all, in those kind of domestic rivalries? Because everyone just wants to win a world title. That's hugely important. But do you have that desire to be, an arch nemesis in a football stadium, preferably someone else from Liverpool?
I'm not bothered, mate. Also, I just want to fight. I know I'm a prize fighter. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting to progress. I'm fighting to make a better life for myself. So I don't care who it is. I don't care who the opponent is. I don't care what the occasion is. All it is to me, mate, it's the ring, and it's a fella in front of me that's trying to take that away from me. You know what I mean? So that's all it comes down to me.
Have you got your own family yet? Have you got kids and that?
Yeah. I've got a little son who I live with, and my girlfriend, stuff like that. So I've got something to fight for, you know what I mean? I had something to fight for anyway, because I want to change my own life as well. And I've got my parents and stuff like that as well, that I want to be able to give them a better life, you know what I mean? So I've got a lot that I'm fighting for, but ultimately it comes down to just a fight, me and a fella in the ring, and me performing the way that I know I can, and everything else is going to come along with it.
How old is your son?
He's 2 and 4 months.
So not aware really yet of what you do for a living?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Well, to be honest, he goes around punching everyone, mate. So yeah, he is aware, you know what I mean? Whether he's aware of the actual ins and outs of it, I don't know, but he knows that I fight, like, you know what I mean? He knows that I punch people, yeah.
And we saw a great win for one of your stablemates, Nick Ball, on the big Wembley show recently. How much does that do for you and the other lads in the gym where you see someone that you've grown up, gone through with at ERT achieve on the big stage?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I was made up, mate, to be honest. I was jumping around the living room and it went exactly the way I thought it was going to be honest. I thought he lasted a bit longer than he should have. Low, he was tough, he was game. Fair dues to him, but yeah, I was jumping around everywhere. I was made up, mate. So obviously, it was a bit mad with all the security and stuff, so we couldn't get in there. It was like crazy for the tickets, weren't it? And we left it all last minute and stuff. So I ended up in the house watching it, and I was jumping around watching it, mate. But yeah, brilliant night for us, wasn't it?
Who do you think's the next one to come through at that sort of level? We've got you, obviously, now. We've got Nick. Who do you think's next? Brad Strand, maybe, or one of the others? Joe McGrail, Peter McGrail?
We're all coming, lad. Every one of us is coming, mate. And you're gonna see that these next few years are exciting for us. We're gonna be progressing and moving forward as we already have been. If you look at our performances of late, we're not messing around. You know what I mean? We're coming to destroy, and we're coming to state who we are. You know what I mean? And the place where we're fighting of Everton Red Triangle, it's a special place. You know what I mean? It's special in our hearts as well. So we've also got that we're fighting for, but you likes of the public and yourself, you're going to see over the next few years what we're all about.
What's the secret to ERT's success? I mean, it's been a great amateur club for years, but even more so now on the pro stage as those great amateurs have turned over. Why does it do so well?
I mean, to be honest with you, mate, yeah. Paul Stevenson. Paul Stevenson's the main man down there, and he's teaching us properly, you know what I mean? He's showing us proper boxing, and we think about it the right way. We've got our minds are on the job, you know what I mean? And without Paul, would it be the same? I don't think it would. So, firstly, I'd have to say Paul. We also are helping each other because we're all bouncing off each other, and we're all watching and learning things off each other, as every gym does. But we're all special fighters down there, mate, and we're all coming. You know what I mean? But if I had to say one main thing as to why, the reason for the success would be Paul Stevenson.
How much has Paul Stevo done for you? Not as a boxer so much, but as a person, as a man.
Yeah, he's always been like a mentor for me. I've been at the gym since I was like 10, 11, and I think if it weren't for the gym, I wouldn't like to think about what would be going on in my life at the minute. You know what I mean? But Paul Stevenson means a lot to me. He's like a father to me. You know, and the other lads in the gym. But yeah, I love Paul. He's a great man.
Bit of a tougher one then. Who's going to be his first world champion out of the current crop?
That is an hard one because I don't want to.
You don't want to say.
It's too hard to say. No, it's not that I don't want to say me because I'm.
No, but you don't want to.
If I get the chance first, then I'm going to be the first one, aren't I? But it's down to who gets the chance first. Do you know what I mean? And that's out of our control. So it's an hard question for me to answer that because we're all able for it. We're all capable for it. So it's an hard one for me to answer. It's who gets the chance first, basically. It's like a potluck. Who gets the first lottery ticket? You know what I mean? That's what it is.
And just before I let you go, just tell people out there how they can find you on social media so they can follow the journey, find out a bit more about you.
Yeah, on Instagram, Twitter, and that's it, mate, yeah.
Just your name?
Just my name, yeah. Just my name, ERT on the end.
Really appreciate your time, and yeah, best of luck Friday. Cheers, mate.